sure everybody's good on hearing you and hearing me. This is bothering me because of the day it took forever to load. There it is. What's there you go, there you go. 6 o'clock, a couple of minutes before. We're just double checking our audio here this afternoon. 6 o'clock is when we're going to start. 2 more minutes. We're going to get started. Our session tonight. Our session.
Cállate, hombre.
Our live tonight is going to be about 30 minutes. We do have a funeral to get to, but we wanted to come on and we wanted to go ahead and start it today. We're going to continue it next Thursday. Well, it can't be next Thursday because next Thursday
We're going to be out of town.
actually with our
Nephew. He's
at his.
graduating.
But since we are going to be on the road, we could do on the road and continue that. So
on the road sesh.
On the road sesh live with Tina and Andy.
Just saying.
So next Thursday, be looking out for that. We'll put some more information out on that. We hope that your day went well today. We got 1 more minute, then we'll get started. Let us know if you're coming in. Let us know if you can hear both of us. I know I'm a little bit louder than she is, but if we got to turn her up, we can turn her up.
Turn me up.
We can rock and roll with this live with Tina and Andy.
And make sure you share this live.
Yes. The other thing is, and I don't know if I can.
You told me to remind you about something.
Yes, but I don't know if I can do it from here. If I change it real quick while you're doing that.
I'm gonna share.
You can probably share it. No, because you don't know and I don't even know.
Oh, and yeah, go like our YouTube.
Yeah, well,
channel.
It's
or go subscribe.
It's gonna be our YouTube channel. Okay.
I have to finish this paper.
It's gonna be our YouTube channel, but I don't know why this is.
No one told me college would be so
this doing
damn.
This?
Just get Grammarly.
I don't know.
It's free.
Can it help with what I wrote last night?
Real estate and travel are deeply intertwined.
I don't know if they can hear that.
Let me get on and see.
Unbelievable. Here you go. That's what I wanted. I want to view account. Bear with us, guys. Bear with us.
No one told me college would be so damn.
They can hear it.
They can hear it. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna post something on here. Look at Trino. What up, Trino? I'm learning.
He's getting it.
We don't know, and I think that's the wrong thing, right?
I don't know, babe.
Anyway, we will put it on there for you to go follow or subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get our YouTube channel where we have enough subscribers so that we can go live on that YouTube page. So tonight, if you're with us, we're going to be talking about what is your motivation in life. What is your motivation in life? You know, as you go through life, there's got to be some things that you are motivated, that keeps you motivated to do those things in your life. If you're making a change, for example, if you're making a change in your health.
Yes, that was you.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know. I wanted it to be.
Sorry.
I wanted
Health,
it to be.
Health.
I want it to be where they can click on it and then go subscribe.
Got you.
Anyway, we'll tag it. We'll tag it here in a minute on there. But what is your motivation? One of the things that I want to say or give you an example of is when you're making a change in your lifestyle. For instance, health. Health is pretty easy. What is your motivation with that? As you talk about that, how do you stay motivated in that aspect? What do you do to stay motivated in health?
Yeah.
You know, answer the question.
Oh, you want me to answer?
Yeah, answer.
Oh,
what do you stay motivated to answer? No, I don't think so. I haven't put it out there yet. So
I'll text it to you, Kels, and then maybe she can post it.
I don't know. Just answer. We'll do it in a minute, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, if I'm asking you, what is your motivation to stay healthy?
My motivation to stay healthy is my kids, my grandbabies, and you.
Right. So there's something that motivates you to want to go do that.
Yeah.
There's something
because I want to be around for a while.
Exactly. But there's something, and again, and we're just talking health. That's just an example, guys. We're not going to talk about health today, but we're talking about, that's just an example. If that is her motivation, we can also say that's her why. If that's her motivation in life,
yes,
to be motivated, then she's going to continue to use that to stay motivated to do the things that she has to do, whether it's health, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, whatever it is, that's her motivation.
And that's something that I'm doing for me. Like being healthy, I want to do it for myself. I want to be able to play outside. I want to be able to go do things that, some people my age can't do. And I don't want to be restricted on certain things that I can do.
Right. And so when you think about being motivated, we both have different things. She said that was, I gave you an example of health. That's her motivation. Her motivation is that. What is your motivation? When you think of life in general, what is your motivation? And again, I
can
don't
be
want you to think.
anything.
I don't want you to think. I'm not trying to look for the right answer. I want the wrong answer. That's what I want. I want the wrong answer. I want you to say something that you don't know if it's right or not. I'm not saying we're right. I'm just saying I don't think about the right answer, the perfect right answer. No, think about what it is that motivates you to do the things in life. Period.
In general,
I'm just talking about in
going to
general.
work, going
Exactly.
to school, getting a degree. It could be having your own business. It could be, I mean, it could be so many different things. It doesn't have to just be health. It could be anything that's in your life. What motivates you to get up out of bed in the morning? What motivates you to um, go have a conversation with somebody? What motivates you to smile at somebody? I mean, it's just anything in general in your life is what the question is.
That's right. And so as we talk about that, you talked about your motivation. Why are those things your motivation?
Those things are important because they're important to me. Those things are the reason why I want to get healthy. I want to be around. I want to be around to see my grandbabies graduate high school, graduate college. I want if the good Lord, lets me be here that long. I want to be able to just be healthy in general as well. But my kids, I don't want to leave this world and leave you guys behind. I want to.
I got it up there. It's
I
supposed to be a different picture, but oh well.
Look at that. Yeah. So I mean, I want to be around. I want to um, continue to be here for y'all. That's why y'all are my motivation because I look at y'all and I hold my grandbabies and wonder how they're going to be later on in life when they're bigger. I want to be able to I want to be able to see that. I just don't want to be not doing what I got to do to stay healthy. But that's mine. That's my motivation. Absolutely, to be an example, to show them, to show your kids and your grandkids, certain things that what motivates you in life. Like for a while, I stopped working out because I just got lazy and I just didn't want to. And my husband, Alex, Jacob, Justina, Jazz, they were the reason that I got back into it because I would see them, they would post their videos, and I kind of felt like I was like I left myself out. So I didn't want to be left out of that. And so my kids, my family, they motivated me to get back on the horse again and start doing it.
That's right. And you have to have that motivation.
That's good, Kelsey.
One of the
Yes.
things in life, and I say this because again, we do this live because we felt that in today's society, people got to hear real things, real life. We don't live a perfect life. We struggle with. I struggle with my weight. I struggle with exercising every day. I struggle with eating the things that I'm not supposed to eat. I am diabetic, right? Medically, and I struggle eating sweets. That is my weakness. I know that if there is something sweet in front of me, more than likely I'm going to eat it. I know what the consequences are, but I'm going to eat it. Even though I have a motivation to want to lose weight, my motivation is going to have to change because I haven't completely committed 100% to making that change for my health.
And that's
I'm
a hard
and I'm
change.
just being honest. I'm just being honest. I have not 100%. And let me tell you why. I'm frustrated because one, I have this, right? Diabetes is not something that just it's hereditary. It came through my dad's family, and that's how we got it. Obviously, I have it because I'm not at a point in my life where I'm in shape like I need to be, and I continue to eat the wrong things that I don't need to eat. So, yes, it is frustrating because sometimes I think, man, I just want to enjoy life. I'm about to be 50. Why do I have to do all these things? But I've got to change my motivation and I've got to revisit that so that in my mind, I can say, okay, yeah, this is the reason, this is my why. My why has to be because I want to live longer, right? Ultimately, God is the one that allows us to live longer or whatever. He's the ultimate one, He's our creator, but we can help out by being in shape.
Hmm.
My why, my motivation, I have to go revisit that. And sometimes you got to revisit that. I'm just being honest with y'all right now. Sometimes you got to go revisit that motivation so that you can continue to go on. Because sometimes you'll fall in like a little zone where you don't want to do nothing, where you just want to be lazy, where you don't care anymore. Not to the care that you're not like you don't want, like you're giving up on life, but
Alex.
you get to a point where you're just in a slump, we'll
Yeah.
say that way. You're in a slump and it's hard to get out of.
Right.
And I'll tell you, when it comes to health, it's hard. When you fall back and you want to try to go, I know what eating right and exercising daily can do. Both of us know. We shed a lot of pounds a couple of years ago, so we know we're capable of doing it. It's just getting it done. And so sometimes you have to revisit that motive, that
Love you.
why, that motivation to continue on. Because if you don't, you're gonna fall in the slump and you're gonna stay in the slump.
Hmm.
And it's hard to motivate you to get out of the slump.
Yeah.
Because when you're in there, you don't care. You don't know. It's hard for anybody to come to you and say, hey, let's get moving. You're there and you're just like, I don't care.
Right.
And I'm not only talking about health, I'm talking about your spiritual life. I'm talking about your relationships. I'm talking about just life in general. When you wake up, I say this every morning, wake up with a smile. Every morning I've decided that I need to be on live and I not live, but I just need to share a quick minute, a quick 15 seconds. Hey, good morning. It's Thursday. Have a great day. You never know what that's going to do to somebody.
Yeah.
You never know how that's going to motivate somebody to start the day.
And I
So
mean,
if I can start it, somebody else can grab a hold of it and just continue to go
yeah.
on.
And even, at the shop, you know, I write on my every single cup that goes out for tea, for a shake. I write on every single cup because you never know. The simplest thing, have a great day. Or, doubt kills, more, how did it say? Doubt kills fear.
Got
Doubt
me?
doubt kills more fear than something. I don't know. Anyway, I wrote it on there today. Sorry, I forgot what it said. Anyway, but I write a lot of quotes on my cups, and I had somebody come in when I first started doing that, and on there I think I had put um, dream big and never give up, keep going, you got this. And she came in and she was like, you don't know how much just by what you put on your cup motivated me to not give up because she wanted to start her own business, and she did, and now she's thriving. So I mean, just the little things.
Yeah, that's perfect. And you're right, Benny. First thing when you wake up and you leave the house, that's something that we have with Freedom Church, the men in Freedom Church. We have a text group, and every morning, Benny wakes up, and it's like clockwork at 5:30.
Yep.
That text goes off, and then right after, we already know who's the first and who's going to be the second and the third because it's like clockwork. And the day that he doesn't send it, everybody, I'm sure they probably didn't text him, but they're probably saying, "Oh, what's going on with Benny? Is he running late or
Hmm.
what's going on?" So then somebody else starts writing a quote or gives a quote, and then people start, the men start helping one another and like,
Yeah.
okay, well, Benny didn't do it, that I can do it now. And then Benny comes back and writes puts his quote, and before you know, we had 3 or 4 quotes. But that's why we do it because, and honestly, it helps the people even if you're struggling.
Hmm.
Like if there's something that I'm struggling with, I'm going to dig in deeper more to try to help somebody else because it's going to help me get out of my funk. It's going to help me want to do more. When I see somebody succeed or become motivated, I get excited about that. I get more excited to want to do things even more. And if nobody logs on to these things, I'm not going to be mad.
Mm-mm.
It's okay. Somebody's gonna benefit from this tonight.
Yeah.
And if one person benefits, then we've done our job as individuals to inspire, motivate, and encourage you on a daily basis. That's just the bottom line. And so when you go through life, you got to think about what is your motivation? Like what is it that motivates you? And maybe you go through life and maybe you don't have anything that motivates you. I'm encouraging you tonight. Uh, Before I say that, I want to say hello to everybody. Sorry, guys. Jared Tabera, what's up? Alex, what's up? Brandon, what's up? Benny, what's up? And Alexandra, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Miss Kelsey's here. Miss Sheila, sorry I didn't say hi to y'all when y'all first came. Trina was on for a little bit. But, if you've never put something together on what is your motivation, put it on paper, put it on your phone, put it somewhere that you're going to see it every single day. Put it on a post-it when you wake up and brush your teeth. That's going to be your motivation. That's going to be what you see every single morning. I have scriptures on my phone on my screen, so I know every morning I'm going to read that. There's people that put post-its on their restroom
On the wall.
window or on the mirror, so that every morning they can see that. You've got to have a why so that you can keep on going on in life, because at some point in life, let me just tell you, at some point in life, you are going to hit a situation, or you're going to go through a season, and you're not going to be prepared for that. You're not going to be prepared for the season because you don't have a motivating factor to continue for you to continue to go on. There's got to be something that motivates you to go on. Like my wife said, there's certain motivators she has. Her why is myself and her the grandkids and her children. That's her why, and her health in general. So you got to look at life, and you've got to say, okay. And let me tell you, you're going to go through some seasons in life that are going to require you to go visit that motivation, to go visit that why, to go visit those motivating factors, and you may have to change them. Listen, because even if you change to the bad, guess what? There was something that motivated you to change. That's just the bottom line. When somebody loses somebody, there's a two-way street on this. You can use that as your motivating factor to continue to go on. That if it's your uncle, your aunt, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, use that as a motivating factor to continue on in life, or you can use it on the downside, on the flip side, that it's going to bring you down. Well, I don't know why God took this person away from me. I loved them with all my heart, and now you're mad at God. Well, guess what? You just turned that into a motivating factor now, because now you're going the opposite way. But that's a motivating factor. That's a why.
Yeah.
Right? That's a why. But so you got to be careful on those things that are motivating. You want them to motivate it. You don't want them to bring you down. Right? You want them every single day to motivate you so that you can wake up with joy. You can wake up with excitement. You can wake up with the zeal to want to encourage others and to help others. I said it earlier. Today's live is going to be, we've got about probably about 16 more minutes, 10 more minutes. I'm sorry, about 10 more minutes, and we're going to get off because we got to get ready to go to a funeral. But we want you to think about what is your motivation in life. And next week, when we finish up, we're going to continue on this. What is your motivation in life? What is it that you do? Those things that hold you captive, that every day when you feel like you're going to go down the hill, when you feel like you're going to give up, what is it that motivates you, man? And if you don't have one, go find a motivating factor. Go find your why. Go find what it is that is going to motivate you to go just live life to the fullest. Sometimes we don't look at that way. We say, well, I'm struggling in life, and life sucks right now, and I can't believe this is going on, and I can't pay this, and I can't pay that, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. Listen, bottom line is you're still alive.
Right.
You're still living. You have the opportunity to be awesome in life. And again, I say this every morning. How are you going to view life? Are you going to view life like, oh, it sucks, I'm not where I need? Are you going to go bust your tail to go get what? Listen, things aren't just going to be handed to you. If there's a goal in life that you have, you're going to have to work for it.
Right.
Stuff's not just handed to you. And that's just the bottom line. So you've got to have something that motivates you in your life so that you can go on each and every single day. And on the flip side, you use that to go help somebody else. once you reach your goal and you feel like, this is awesome, now you can use that same story or that same whatever you went through that motivated you, and then somebody's going to come ask, man, how did you get out of the funk? How did you overcome all the obstacles in life? Boom, there it is. There's your
Right.
opportunity
Yeah.
to give back, because at one point in time you were in a rut, you were in a slump, you were at a point in your life where you're like, man, is this what life is about? I barely have $5 to my name and I'm struggling. No, it's, and again, every situation is different. So find your motivation, find your why, and let's go live life to the fullest, man. Let's be excited about the journey. Let's even be excited. Listen, if you're in a season, I want you to be excited. Maybe it's a season that's a rough patch, man. Maybe you're in a season where you're just like, golly, man, am I ever going to get out of this? You know what? You've got to change the mindset of that. You've got to look at that and say, okay, what do I have to do to overcome this? Because if you don't, you're going to stay there, and that's where the rut happens. We both experienced different things in our life where we have kind of went down, and we had to revisit our why. We had to encourage ourselves again to say, okay, man, we got it. You just said it. There was something that boosted you when you weren't exercising. There was something that boosted you to get up and start doing it again. And you had to go revisit that, even though people were telling you, hey, let's go work out. You're like, nah, it's all right. And part of it was just something that was out of her control. She couldn't reach a goal in her life just to lose weight. So that became that became the motivating factor for her to just say, you know what, I'm not going to do nothing anymore. I don't care. If I'm fat, I'm fat. And that she went the opposite way until something happened, and you realize, hey, I've got to do something about this. Yeah. And when you revisited, what was the number one thing that popped out when you revisited those motivating factors?
Well, I mean, it all happened when I went to the doctor and I got my results back from all my blood work and stuff. So I knew that I had to make a change, because if not, I was going to be in a hospital bed. And then looking at y'all, like, y'all are like my biggest motivators. You're like, in everyday life, it doesn't matter if Justina walks into the shop. I mean, just looking at her, hearing her say she's going to go work out, that just motivates me. When Jacob posts his pics, Alex is posting his pics. When I see you, I'm sitting on the bed because it's too hot for me to go work out because I'll get a headache. I have to wait till later on. When you put all your workout stuff on and you go outside, that in itself just motivates me.
Yeah, and so those are the things that popped out for you that got you going.
Yeah.
And again, some people do wait until they get that scare from the doctor, and then they become motivated. And ultimately, everybody's gonna hit that wall that's gonna motivate. But I'm telling you, if you don't have a why, if you don't have motivating factors in your life, find them, because you'll be able to utilize them when everybody's asleep, and maybe you're struggling in just your mind, when everybody's, and you're all by yourself. You write those factors down and look at them. If they're pictures of your grandchildren or your spouse or your children, or just a goal, write the goal so that you can see the goal. And listen, when you have a goal, I'm going to tell you something, and this is for free. When you have a goal, right, don't try to set a high margin where you're never going to accomplish. Set yourself a small goal so that when that small goal is accomplished, you can celebrate the victory, and then you go on to the next goal. And it's just like a ladder, and you keep on setting the small goals until you reach the biggest goal that you want to reach. Once you reach it, you're going to be like, man, why didn't I just take that small step to do that? And you got to understand that those factors, there's got to be those factors. Set that goal so that you can accomplish it, so you can be happy, so you can celebrate, so you can help others, you can be on fire, you can help the people that are around you, and everybody's going to see your attitude, man. It's going to be a different realm of what takes place, because your attitude is different, how you carry yourself is different. And so those things are important. They're important to us. We talk about our goals every day. There's some things that we've had to change in our life. There's times that we don't. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we don't have time. By the time we come home, it's already 9, 10. We can go walking at 10, but sometimes our body's tired, and that's not an excuse. I'm just being real. I posted on there real solutions, real problems, real issues, and I'm just being real. Sometimes it is hard. It is very hard with so much stuff going on. It is very hard. But tomorrow's another day, and so you got to keep on going. You
That's
can't
right.
look at yourself in this week and you can't say, "Well, I didn't do nothing all week. I can't believe this happened. What's going on?" No, you got to push yourself and continue to go on towards them goals no matter what. Yes, that's why it's important to set a small goal so that way the burnout doesn't happen.
Hmm.
You whatever the goal is, say you're here and the goal's way up here, you want to set a small goal so that you can celebrate that small goal. It's a victory. A victory is a victory. I don't care if it's small, it's still a victory. It's a step in the right direction. And to find the balance, you say, how do you find the balance with that? If you set a small goal, you're not going to burn out because you're going to reach that small goal first, and then you set another small goal until you're reaching the big goal. And sometimes even the goal can be huge, man, and you're feeling like, God, I'm never going to reach it. I'm barely at level 2, and it's already a level 10, and I've been doing this for 6 7 years. Hey, change it. That's what I just said. Go
Hmm.
revisit that motivating factor so that you can continue to go on in your life. And if you do experience a burnout, because sometimes you will experience a burnout, right? That's where you go revisit everything and you squash it, you throw it all away, and you start all over again. And you look at that goal and you say, okay, I didn't reach that goal, so I've got to set some smaller goals so that I can celebrate the small victories, so that in myself I can believe in myself to continue to go on. Listen, we're going to be shutting down. My wife's going to have her last words, and I'm going to say my last words. And then next Thursday, we will be on the road, but we're going to have our mics on, and we are going to finish this topic. We're going to finish this talking about what are your motivating factors, or what motivates you in life.
Just continue to push towards your goals. Keep yourself motivated. Try to find something that's going to motivate you to keep going forward.
That's right. So, as we experience life, we're going to have some setbacks, but you've got to look at them setbacks and you got to say, okay, what took place? What can I do different to not have another setback? What can I do in life that's going to continue to give me the motivation and the encouragement to continue to go on? And sometimes, there's days that I'm not feeling it, and I see myself as encouraging a lot of people, but sometimes I need the encouragement, right? Sometimes I need to be encouraged. And so sometimes I'll find myself that I've got to go hear somebody else tell me the things that I know. I know what I got to do, but sometimes I got to hear it from somebody else so that I can go and continue to go on, because there's times that I'm going to be tired, or I'm going to reach something, a pinnacle in my life where I'm like, golly, man, I feel like I can't go on anymore. But listen, I want you to understand that find a find your why. Find your motivation to continue to go on in life, and let's move forward. Uh, those small victories, celebrate them. I'm going to say it again. The small victories, the small goals, celebrate them, because when you get to the big goal and you celebrate, you're going to be like, man, this was an accomplishment. Don't set your goals too high that you can't reach them, right? Continue to motivate one another. Continue. If you know each other, hey, send a text every now and then. You don't wait for somebody to tell you to send a text. Send a text. Say, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I see what you do on Facebook. I see what you do. Man, keep it up. You got to hear those encouraging words so that you can continue to go on. Next week, we'll give you a time next Thursday when we're going to be going. We're going to be on the road, so it is going to be kind of an early thing for us. But you can always go back next Thursday and watch it. So continue to move forward. Continue to be accomplishing those motivating factors, or setting in motivating factors so you can accomplish your goal. I posted our YouTube channel on there. Please go subscribe so that we can have more subscribers, so that we can eventually go live on YouTube. That's our goal, so that we can have everything all in one place. So thank you so much for tonight. We hope and pray that you have an awesome rest of your evening. Thank you so much. We can't thank y'all enough for all just the comments and just the interaction with us as we do this. Again, next Thursday we'll be on the road, but we will go live while somebody's driving. I don't know who's going to be driving. But somebody will be holding the phone, and we will have our mics on, and we'll be able to discuss uh, the rest of what's going on. Were you going to say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh, because
I know my back hurts.
you moved up.
No, my back hurts.
So, like always, you know how we end it. Wait on you.
Oh, and as always,
Put a smile on your face. You guys have a
Bye,
fantastic
guys.
night. Be blessed. We'll talk to y'all later.